In this scenario, we'll walk through the process of a quote to cash, or what I call as email to money. And we'll show the demonstration of the blending of the productivity tools from Microsoft, such as Outlook, with the applications around Business Central, the business application. So in this process, you will see that I will enter in a sales quote. We'll send it via email to the customer for approval. Once we get the approval, we'll convert that to the invoice. I'll post the invoice and convert that to cash. So the first step is we enter in the sales quote. So think about the day in the life of this scenario where you receive a request for an email from a customer via email. And the customer wants some information on a swivel chair and a conference table. Now, typically what happens in this process, you'll minimize Outlook. You'll have to go open up your CRM or your ERP, your business application. You'll have to go find the customer after logging in, then search for those items in inventory, and then generate the quote. It could be a 6 to 8 step process for most organizations. Now, with the tight integration between Outlook and Dynamics 365, with the customer email highlighted, I'll go up to the ribbon here and I'll select on the contact insights. Now, what this does, it opens up a real-time view of that customer in Business Central. Now, even to the point where I can see the history of that customer. So if I click on posted sales shipments, and as I'm talking to the customer or as I'm getting ready to, I can understand what they ordered last month. I see that they ordered the Aston's desk and the Munich swivel chair, right? Again, without having to call anyone up outside of my unit, from Outlook, I can see real time what's going on with that customer. But let's go ahead and add a new quote. So because it's a customer, it only provides me with sales-oriented options, such as a quote, order, or invoice. And wow, what happened? The add-in recognizes the body of the email, and it is auto-suggesting which items that customer wants. So it's reducing the number of clicks I need to do in order to perform this task. Click OK, and now I've generated a quote that is 1003 for this customer with those 2 line items. And again, to show you the real-time integration, as I minimize Outlook and I launch Business Central, I'm just going to click into the sales quotes tile, and you'll see there's sales quote 1003, those 7 and 2 chairs. So again, very impressive, very tight integration, and to provide you with that productivity gain in entering a sales quote. Well, the next step is to send that via email. So I'm in the Outlook client again with Business Central add-in open, and I'll just select the ellipsis, and I'll send that out via email, and you can see what the sample email could look like. I'll open up the attachment. I just want to confirm what I'm sending to the client is accurate and correct, and I close that out. The customer emails, they call me back, they say that looks great. Let's go ahead and convert that over to an invoice. So you'll see here from the ellipsis, from the 3 dots, I can either make this an order or we can go straight to making it an invoice. I'll confirm that yes, I want that as an invoice. And yet again, what I'll do is I'll minimize Outlook, and let's go now over to the tiles that represents that invoice. Now I have 8. And the one at the bottom of my list, the most current one, is this sales invoice. And you'll notice the sales invoice number is ending in 2222. Now, I'll go ahead and post that invoice. And again, I could do that in Business Central today, but following the theme of the presentation in that I'm in Outlook and I could manage this entire process from Outlook, I've got that same sales invoice number. I'll select the ellipsis, and then I could either post this, I could post and send it to the customer. You already seen me do the preview of that. So now I've posted it, and now the customer has a balance, which they didn't have before. And then the last step would be to convert to cash. So under cash management, again, this is where the business users, the accountant folks would come into cash receipt journal. We'd open up the cash receipts. I'll click on the general batch. This is a payment to that customer that we received. I'll enter in the amount of $2,783. And I will apply that to this document that we had created, and I'll select OK. And then I just go ahead and I could preview that post just to make sure I understand what's happening. I'm crediting and debiting, and that's it. So the goal of this demonstration was to show you the blended experience that our customers expect from a Microsoft solution, showing how I can take a very common business process of order to cash and manage that seamlessly within Microsoft Outlook. And the benefit of the customer is it reduces the learning of a new system. It helps to reduce the time in data entry, and clearly you see how we can respond quickly to our customer requests.